Howdy folks, it's Adriel the Hunting Gear Guy, and this is the ISSC SPA. This is one of ISSC's 22 rimfire rifles, and the interesting thing about this is that instead of having a bolt action that you turn and then pull back, it's got a straight pull toggle link. So there's a couple of points here that actually toggle open, and as you can see, it actually pulls out to the side like that. And the reason why they do that is for fast running of the bolt. So as I take my shots, boom, I can very quickly take extra shots without changing my face on the gun. I can stay on the same place and I can run that bolt very, very quickly. So it's very interesting from that. And there are very few other toggle actions that are anywhere near this price point in Canada, because the only other place you would see a toggle action like this is on a biathlon rifle, because that's primarily where you see them. Biathlon shooters need that quick reload, and this does it for them very, very quickly. So super interesting rifle. Why don't we take a closer look at this thing? Now, like I mentioned, you're only really going to find these in biathlon rifles. The other place you're going to see one, ISSC also makes a rifle that looks like the Steyr Scout. Same idea. They've also got that toggle lock system on their Steyr action. So actually, I think most of the rifle, except for the stock, is going to be very similar on that one. Now, on the magazine here, we've got a rear release, so you just press that guy in and it unlocks it. And really, this magazine, there's nothing on the front, there's just that lock on the back. And I found that this magazine needs to be inserted fully for this thing to work, and it's a very tight seat in there. You kind of have to rock it to the back and it clicks in. It's very solid. There's not really any wiggle or anything like that in this magazine. It needs to be in there really solidly. So that's kind of interesting. The other thing that's kind of interesting about this is that it has the safety inside the trigger guard. So that's safe on, that's safe off. You see the little red dot there and the side there. I don't really like these style of safeties. They're fast to use because all you need to do is that, then you're ready to fire. But the downside is that we're encouraging people to have their finger in the trigger guard, and you're pulling on something and it might be the trigger, might not, and I don't really like the idea of it, but they are very fast to use. Now I want to show you guys the trigger pull. I'm actually going to rack out a dummy that I had in there and put another one in. It's got very positive ejection. But take a look at this trigger pull on here. So I'm going to pull, I'm going to tell you what I feel. I feel no resistance. I feel a spring, and it just went off. There's no edge to this thing. You don't feel like a hard edge to it, which then breaks. It's just pulling against a spring and then just goes off. So that's weird. It's good. I mean, like if you're the kind of guy that you can't quite shoot as accurately as some of the other people out there, and you may have like a flinch when you pull the trigger or you're slapping the trigger, this is like a perfect solution for that, because all you have to do is just pull smoothly and you'll hit the target. And the gun is really accurate. All right, I haven't had time to take this thing apart off camera, so we're going to do it live. Hopefully it's easy. I see one pillar-bedded screw right here. Hopefully it's just being held on by that, and I don't have to take this trigger group off, because it looks like the trigger guard is using some Phillips head screws. Hopefully it's just this one. That'd be really nice. There goes my action screw. Are you going to come off? Are you going to come off? Not a chance. There's still one in the back there. Okay, let's get some Phillips screws off here. Ah, there we go. All right, I need to take them all off. I just took off the rear one and that pillar-bedded one. The one in the middle there can just stay on. All it's doing is holding this plastic trigger guard on there, so don't need that one. All right, so here we can really see the mechanism of it very easily and how that locks in place on the bolt, and how that pulls open. Now the actual bolt is a lot larger. This guy is just a skinny little actuating rod. The actual bolt is about yay wide in there, as you can see it kind of going up and down in there. And I can see far enough that I don't really want to take this thing down. There's a lot of parts, and I just don't really have the heart for it right now. So this magazine loads like any other 22 magazine. And let me put the first one in there. You see there that it is oversized. It's a lot longer than it needs to be, or wider. Longer, maybe. Let's call it longer. And it'll fit them in there. Now, you might think that that's a 10-round mag, but I think it holds more. One, let's say 2. Ooh, 12. Okay, 12. A tight 12. Now, in terms of accuracy with this thing, I found it to be really accurate. It was very easy to make little clover leaves at 50 yards, which is pretty decent for a bolt-action rifle. So we were getting really good accuracy out of this thing. Is it worth the money? Okay, so if this is $600, $600 does get you like a CZ 455 or something like that, right? So you are competing against some really nice bolt-action 22s at this price point. Now, I think that the niche for this thing is in competitive shooting. So if you're shooting a rimfire sport where you need to make fast shots with a bolt action, where you're not allowed to use a semi, it has to be a manual action. This is pretty fast. You're not really going to get faster than that. The accuracy is good. The trigger is a little bit of a ghost, and you kind of pull until it goes off, and it's a little bit of a mystery. But I think that this might be the right package for biathlon or that kind of rimfire training, just because it, again, at this price point, $600, it's not competitive with the CZ, but it is competitive with other toggle lock actions that you would find on the market, because you're going to find some and shoot stuff out there. You're going to find a couple of other weird and wonderful ones that are way above the price point of $600, probably closer to $1,000 or $2,000, right? So kind of interesting for that. I kind of like that they didn't include any sights or anything with this thing. It's strictly a rifle that you put a scope on and take out for precision but fast 22 shooting. So kind of interesting from that. Thanks for watching.
Because it's not between precision loads.
Yeah. What? Or not?
Well, do 3.
Yeah.
Or like really close. Sometimes 4. And then the 5th or last one.
Yeah.
But not that much, so still a kill shot. But it's not easy.
What's that?
It's not like his precision load, so
yeah.